All right, welcome in to the Coach Mark Schmidt Show, presented always by Aria Health and Lower Bucks Hospital, your hospital in Lower Bucks County. Ben Salem, the Chamonix last week at Ben Salem. Crazy week and all, everything going on, but they come out 42-33 victory in a game that I'm sure you watch the tape and your players and coaches will tell you a game that was much closer than it needed to be at times. But before we get going, one thing I want to talk about is, obviously, it was well documented. You weren't able to coach on Friday night, but the one positive I'm sure you came out of it was, I talked to a lot of players after the game, some coaches about their effort. They kind of played rallying cry for you in a sense. How rewarding was that for you to kind of see that on Friday night?
Well, it was terrific. I mean, it was a situation that I wish didn't have to happen. Mm-hmm. But when you look at the coaching staff that is fortunate enough to have working with me, they're just all great guys, and they're great extensions. They're great teachers. They're great fathers. They're great coaches, and their effort this week was terrific. Our players really, practice was sharp and tight, and I was very happy with a lot of what I saw. We made some plays. We kind of made things very interesting there for a period of time, but it wasn't very good on my heart, but all in all, I mean, we're now, we won the game. We found ways to win it. We made some plays, and we have some things we got to correct, and we move on.
You mentioned up 4 scores in the third quarter, 28-7. Quickly, real fast in the third quarter. 15 seconds go by. It's 28-7. You're thinking, all right, clock's in our favor now. We're up 4 scores. Things are going to go well, but it unfortunately didn't turn out that way. No. And what's the biggest thing you saw?
Well, what I saw Ben Salem play very well, and they allowed us to make some plays, and we made plays. We made some plays, but I talked to Coach Kelly after the game, and he was looking at it, and I talked to him the day after actually about a few things, and he was very he felt next to the Penn Ridge game this was probably the best game his team played. They didn't have any turnovers. We made every opportunity on our own. They didn't give us any turnovers or anything like that. We made the plays, and they hit a couple big passes, and they made a couple nice defensive plays. And but once we settled down, I was very happy to see our guys really, answer the challenge and go out and win this game.
We talked in weeks prior how you beat a Truman team, wasn't the same Truman team. You beat a Tenet team, wasn't the same Tenet team. And you mentioned Penn Ridge.
Well, we didn't beat Tenet.
Well, I'm sorry. You lose the Tenet, but it's not the same Tenet team.
Right.
And Ben Salem week 2 comes out, beats Penn Ridge of perennial power in District 1. So I mean, Suburban 1 National League in a whole is the whole league really has improved.
I think so. I mean, I think there's some good football players out there and some good teams. We're out kind of you're out there eating your young kind of a thing because you're playing each other, and there's a couple teams out there with not a lot of wins that could go in other leagues, and I think do some pretty good things. Yeah. And I think you'll probably see that during, maybe the 11th or 12th game of the year when some of these guys add a game or two because of their extended schedule, and they'll go out and win. And Truman did that a couple years back while they're getting ready to play on Thanksgiving, and you've seen teams go out and take that extra game. Ben Salem's always done that. They played an 11th game or so, and they go play somebody outside the conference, and they whack them pretty good. So. And I expect them to do it again this year if that's what they choose to do. So, we know each other well. It's time to go. We're down to week 9, week 10, and I'm excited about this week. I'm hoping we have a good week of preparation.
Real quick about last week, we'll move forward to Abington. Nate Hall, once again, tremendous outing against Ben Salem. Yeah. And he's becoming that mainstay to run that position. The last couple of weeks, he's really solidified that position, and has done a great job. I'm sure you could agree.
Well, it was a weird game. I mean, you look at, we had the halfback pass, which was the third play of the series. We had the punt return, so the defense had to go straight back out again. We had Nate on a 1-play toss, 70 yards, and we had Nate on the okay. Sorry there, Ariel. We'll fix that in a minute.
That's right.
But and then Nate hit another big one, so that really hung our defense out a little bit, and it showed. I think at times, and we were able to show our guys on film this, and it's concerning, but no one made excuses.
Right.
And their guys played. A lot of guys played both ways. Those guys played hard. And, and our guys, that was a concern, but it was a big play kind of a game as opposed to a grinded out game we've had in the past. So,
Right.
so we've had a lot of different flavors out there, and that's something I guess that now we can put that chapter in the book.
I was joking in the booth on Friday that one thing I'm sure after looking at the film on Saturday or Sunday that Monday you're going to work on is special teams.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's kind of one thing where it was a pretty clean game, offensive, defensive, not a lot of penalties, not a lot of turnovers, but it seemed like special teams took the night off on both sides, really.
Well, it depends how you look at it. I mean, we blocked a very important extra point. We returned a punt for a touchdown. Our execution on our kickoff, it needs work. We're not on the same page. Our kicker is a guy we're on a very successful soccer team right now. And last week our practice time was limited, and due to big games for them and playoffs.
Right.
And we've got to get back on track this week and just get on the same page. That wasn't what we were trying to do down there. We were trying to get the ball rolling and get the ball down, and the line drives we're not able to get in position to kind of corral this guy, and he was able to really get up there and create some things. So our kick returns, we had good field position. I was proud of those guys, and so to answer your question, I mean, it was kind of crazy, but I think the big issue is we've got to win the field position the next couple of weeks.
Right. And we'll see if they can here this Friday against Abington, 6:45 pregame on WBCB, 1490.com. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. The Abington Galloping Ghosts come to Harry E. Franks Memorial Stadium for a big National Conference showdown. We'll talk about it right here in only moments on the Coach Mark Schmidt Show, presented by Aria Health and Peruzzi Buick GMC. We're back.
Tom from Mooresville says that Aria Health's emergency department saved his life. Recently, while playing golf, Tom experienced cardiac arrest and the ambulance took him to Aria Health Bucks County campus, where Dr. Emmerich and his team of doctors and nurses took fast action and literally brought Tom back to life. Dr. Emmerich visited Tom frequently, answered all his questions, even gave him his phone number. Led by Dr. Harry Emmerich, the emergency department at Aria Health Bucks County provides 24/7 care in a leading-edge environment. To learn more about Tom's story at Aria Health Bucks County, visit ariahealth.org/Tom. That's ariahealth.org/Tom.
Hi, this is Larry at Peruzzi Buick GMC. You'll hit a home run every weekend at Peruzzi Buick GMC Service Department. Every Saturday and Sunday, Peruzzi Buick GMC is offering a standard oil and filter change for just $19.95. And remember, Peruzzi Buick GMC is open every Sunday from 8 to 5. Peruzzi Buick GMC is the home of the $34.95 Pennsylvania State and Emissions Inspection every day of the week. No matter where you purchase your car or truck, you can get it serviced 7 days a week at Peruzzi Buick GMC. And remember, we're open Sundays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
All right, welcome back once again to the Coach Mark Schmidt Show. The sign is back up. Good news, Aria Health, and we're going to talk now about.
I had to show them how to do it.
You did have to help me. I was a little
slow on the uptake.
I couldn't agree more. But big game this Friday night. All games are big this late in the year, and you guys put yourself in a position now where you're kind of in the driver's seat as far as with Suburban 1 National League play as well as District 1 play with Abington and Pennsbury the week after. Tell me what you see from this Abington team. I know you saw me a couple times on film. They're always going to be a gritty, tough team that Coach Shore brings up. And what do you see, really?
Well, I'm seeing a team that's getting better every week. They're familiar with their offense and their defense, and he was very worried about a lot of things early and was able to kind of get through a couple early games with some wins, and now I think his offense is hitting stride, and he's got a lot of guys that there's not a lot of two-way players,
right.
So he rolls a lot of guys that way, and their defense is very active, like they always are. They really rely on speed and creating havoc at the line of scrimmage, and they always have a good group of linebackers that fly around and make tackles, and but offensively he's got two good running backs. One guy does a nice job in the perimeter. The other guy's an inside type player. The quarterback's improving. He's making some nice throws. They've got a go-get-it wide receiver, and they got a pretty big offensive line. And that seems to just be getting better and better and better, based on their just getting reps. But I also think so are we.
Yeah.
And my concern is the roller coaster of emotions during the game. That we've got to maintain a higher level, and we've challenged our guys to do that. And I think he's played some really good games, and I don't think we've come close to playing as good as we can play. And that's not a knock on our team. That's kind of a challenge, and I think we've done some good things at times. But for anything close to 48 minutes, I think we really haven't achieved that, and it's bothering us. But it's also out there as a goal and a challenge, and our guys, when we talk about it, they nod their head and they understand, and now they've just got to keep fighting their way through it and make it happen.
It's funny because you mentioned that, and Cole Critton right after the game, my color guy Tom Monfletto asked him, "Is this team reaching its ceiling yet?" And he said, "Not even close. We're not anywhere near where we want to be." And like you said, it's a good and bad thing for you, Week 9. But for Abington now, they come in. It's another team that believes they're on the spread attack once again. So you're kind of used to seeing it because it seems like every high school in America is going to 4 wide, sling it out, get it out quick.
Right.
And you're going to see that again, what you've seen besides the Council Rock South game against Tennant, North, a little bit, not really Truman either, but a lot of teams are using it now.
Yeah, I mean, this year we've kind of been option and spread, and then we always finish up with Pennsbury, which that runs their package, and so it's high school football,
Right?
And that's something that Tim's hung his hat on lately, and really he's worked on that offense for the last 4 or 5 years, and I think he's been able to really find some good things out of it.
Every year, Abington, you guys play. It's always a gritty, down the wire type of game. I remember a couple of years ago with the overtime win, and you play them again in playoffs and stuff like that. They're not the usual Suburban One National League play because proximity's not really close. It's kind of a drive down there. What's the feeling for your guys when they play a team like Abington that they're not familiar with? They don't really familiar with the guys they have and stuff like that. Is it different than most Suburban One National League teams?
Not really. I think the fact that Tim was an assistant coach when I got the job here, and then Tim became the head coach. So Tim's always been on the staff since we've been here, and so that's been some continuity. Tim took over, and really, Abington was a doormat for a while, and he's really done a great job. And he and his staff and the players have all bought in. They built that stadium on campus, and they really, Abington has taken some good strides in that direction, and they've been a constant member of the playoffs in the last 5-6 years, and that's testimony to what they've done. And they've got our attention, and they whacked us good last year, and they really, really handled us at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, and that's happened to us a couple times in this past year from last year, and we've kind of challenged our guys about that every week. That when that has happened, and our guys have taken steps to answer that. And so hopefully we can answer that bell again. We've got to play our best game so far this year, and what better time? Week 9, and we're back. We've got a couple. We're healthier than we've been in a while. We've got a couple guys nicked up, but that's Week 9. But there's a couple guys back that's providing us with a little depth and a little more muscle up front, and that's exciting to have some of those guys back because they're real good teammates and they're good guys, and join the mix, and hopefully we get this thing going.
You guys give up 30-plus points last week against Ben Salem, most of it's through the air, and now you're playing a team at Abington that we mentioned earlier likes to throw the football.
Right.
How worrisome is that for you now, a week to prepare and kind of tweak things, get things better, and maybe not even worrisome, maybe it gives you a challenge, maybe?
I think that's a better word. Hey, you look at what you look at what you didn't do right, and then you look at what you did right, because coaches are creatures of habit. They look at weaknesses, they look at things that work. They've got a guy that's just like Donnie Reed is, big tall rascal that goes and gets it, and they throw it up in the air to him. So they've got a guy that can do that, and there's a lot of similarities that way, but it comes down to technique. It comes down to settling down. Some of those plays where we had a couple guys that we had some things planned to do that we just didn't execute, and now we can analyze it and have a better plan this week, and then really zero in on what's got to happen.
Kick off once again, 7 o'clock at Harry E. Franks Memorial Stadium, 6:45 pregame on WBCB1490.com. Week 9, Abington will travel to Neshaminy to take on the Redskins before next week when we're talking about Pennsbury. That'll be fun,
Let's
right?
worry about having.
That's right. That's why I didn't even ask.
No,
I was
you
gonna,
wanna get
but I
new-
said I'll keep it because
Matt.
it'd be a stupid question.
I'll shut off the
That's right.
that camera right now.
I know. Well, listen, the 3 questions have gotten old. All right,
Oh,
I've asked too
gosh.
many, so we're done with that.
Whew, thank
We
you.
switch gears now. We're gonna go just pick them. I'm gonna give you 3 games over the weekend.
Pick
You're
'em.
gonna give me the victor.
Oh, now I'm.
Now you're Jimmy the
Schmitty-
Greek.
Schmitty the
That's,
Greek.
that's right.
Oh,
That's what you are now. I have transcended you into a higher. With the questions I have asked, the last week's have been ridiculous. So we'll just pick some good games. There's 2 college games, 1 local pro game. First game.
First of all, the fact that you labeled it ridiculous, I will answer your game questions. So because it totally was, dude.
But it was fun. We peeled back layers.
Fun.
It was fun.
You hear the word fun?
That's right. It was
He
fun.
thought it was fun.
I thought it was the
Yeah,
best.
jeez.
All right, Ohio State, Penn State, big
Wow.
game,
Wow.
whiteout up at Beaver Stadium. They're calling it the Sanction Bowl, whatever you want to call it.
That's
Who
a shame.
do you like? Give me some X
Oh
factors.
boy, I was really impressed with the way Penn State played. Man, I was impressed, and it's going to be nuts up there.
Yeah.
Coach O'Brien's got things cooking. I think that's going to be. That could go overtime.
Mm-hmm.
That could be. That could be a last play ball game there. Sounds like that Miller kid is okay. He's been cleared. He's something, and what a great challenge for the defense. If I didn't pick Penn State, I think my wife would have my bags outside the front door. She's a Stater, so I'll say Penn State by less than a field goal.
Will you be tuning into that one? Prime time, 8 o'clock Saturday.
Yeah,
night? You
I'll
hope
be
it-
sitting
that's
there.
one.
Oh,
That's
shoot.
one.
I think she wants to go. But
Really?
she-
Maybe you tell her
no,
it's not feasible.
She's crazy.
Another big one, too, in Norman, Oklahoma. Notre Dame, after slipping by BYU, travels to
Yeah.
Oklahoma in a big showdown. 2 big defenses smashing on each other.
Yeah.
Who do you like?
I have not seen Oklahoma play, but I wasn't. Notre Dame's found ways to win, but I think that ends. I think
I agree with you.
Oklahoma's got some guys, and that shotgun offense and everything. That defensive line's they're gonna cause some issues, but it's a little different than getting there play after play.
Right.
And that quarterback's pretty darn good.
Sure.
So I think I got to give it to the Sooners.
All right. Final one, big one here Sunday, 1 o'clock at the Link.
Oh.
This is a make or break game. People are calling it. The season's on the brink. Week 8, or week 7, excuse me. No, it is week 8. 6.
Well, there's a bye.
Week 8, yes,
Right.
week 8. Falcons, Eagles. Who do you like? Big game going forward.
Right. Well, look, I don't like to hear about any coach in distress, really, because it's the passion that Philly fans have is amazing, and Vic's he's really been struggling just trying to run the offense. It seems like he's trying to do too much. I've met Matt Ryan on many occasions. Actually, he was in a foursome when I played around
did he?
golf with him. And,
Can he play?
oh yeah,
Yeah?
And, he's a nicer guy than he is a great quarterback. I mean, he's just what a great group of people, and I'm a big fan of his success. And he went there after Vic left, and a lot of pressure, and he's really been able to take strides and get that town cranked up a little bit. So, unfortunately, I got to think that Atlanta's got a chance to win it, but with the new defense now, they're gonna have some new wrinkles. So I think it's gonna be pretty crazy.
Who's your pick?
I think it's a pick 'em.
To pick them. But
Yeah.
who are you picking?
Who do I want to win?
I know you want to win.
Well, you know what? I'd like to see the Eagles win just to
Good.
take the heat off of Coach Reed.
Sure.
But I'll tell you what, it's all those.
I think you have a
Falcons are
Matty
well-
Ice dynamic to it as well.
But the Falcons are playing really good defense.
I agree. You're right.
That's what my son tells me because he's the fantasy guy.
Okay.
I have not seen the Falcons play much, but
Right.
if the Falcons play good defense, it's going to be hard. So,
Right.
but Eagles by a point.
Okay.
God bless them. Hope they win.
We will see how his projections are on next Tuesday. He'll be 3-0, 0-3, 1-2. We'll see.
If I'm 0-3 there and 1-0 Friday night,
If you're
I
3-0,
do not care.
your views will triple. I know that.
Oh, shit.
That's for. I want to thank you once again for coming on. I want to thank RA Health, Willis Peruzzi, Buick GMC, and we will see you guys out there at Harry E. Franks Memorial Stadium this Friday night for Abington and Neshaminy. So for Matt Miro, Coach Mark Schmidt, we'll see you later, everybody.